Hi Virgo, let's do your reading for January 2025. Before we jump into the general reading for the month, I did want to pull 3 cards that would represent themes for the year. And they don't have to be related, but these are things that could come up for you during 2025. They're not predictions, but I just want to see what energy you could be working with and what is significant for you for the year. So that's where we'll start. Okay, and the cards are already shuffled, so let's take a look. We have, for the first one out, 4 of Swords in reverse, the Sun, and finally, Temperance. Okay, so I do want to say, Virgo, I've done 2 readings before you, Leo and Aquarius, and they had all major arcana cards for their themes for the year. And you're the first one to get a minor arcana card with the 4 of Swords here. But it's still major arcana dominant readings. So I still feel major shifts overall in energy, or just these are things that could play out over and over for you during 2025. But you're starting off with the 4 of Swords in reverse. I feel like if not all of 2024, at least December, you kind of put yourself in timeout, really retracting your energy and withdrawing from people. And there's something that prompted that. Like, there's a reason behind it. But I did mention the themes may not be interrelated, but I feel like in this case it is. The 4 of Swords to the Sun. You might feel a desire to all of a sudden just put yourself out there, to be visible, to attract attention, to be the kind of center of attention. And I'm going to get to Temperance. Be more outdoors, even like you want to embrace something new. It's like going really from winter to spring. So spring might be very important to you. You put yourself, I feel like you put yourself in hibernation and you kind of closed yourself off. You kind of hunkered down for winter. And I feel like you've just been maybe a little shut in, a little bit closed off, very covered up. Like, I'm imagining the actual change in seasons, like you're wearing more clothes and hiding away a little bit. And then there's going to be a shift for you at some point where you want to be seen. You want to be, it's like shedding an old skin and coming out fresh and new. With the Sun card, it's also about embracing like a childlike energy. So maybe having more fun and feeling lighter. So I do feel like, and again, this is not, it could be literal representation of the seasons. Where I live, there's 4 seasons. But the seasons of your life where you're coming out of winter. So it's the end of winter for you and the start of something fresh, something new. So to get into the Temperance card, Virgo, what's interesting about this, It's very personal to me. I already decided that 2025 was going to be a year of healing for me across the board. And I won't go into specific details or why I need to heal, but that it could be just, everyone's situation is going to be different, but it all could be bringing us to the same place, same point in our life where we need to heal. We need to look out for ourselves. There needs to be self-care, self-love, work on our self-esteem. There needs to be nourishing energy, like really looking out for ourselves and our own mental health, our own well-being, like just across the board. Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual health. Just addressing everything that's been neglected. Maybe because it's neglected because Virgos in the service of others, you were looking out for someone else, and now you've come to a point it's important to take care of yourself. Maybe you felt like you couldn't in previous years really work on yourself. But 2025, there's a shift, there's a change, and you can do that now. So that is your 3 cards for 2025. And this is a general kind of way of kind of tracking what's going to be happening for you, what the landscape is going to look like for your year. Overall, Virgo, I think it's going to be very positive. The Sun is, if not the best card, one of the best cards you can get in the deck. And Temperance is very positive too. So I hope that works out well for you, Virgo. So let's get into your January reading. All right. So let's get into it. The theme for January. We have 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Moon card in reverse. So another major arcana. I'm just going to stack these here. So with the 10 of Pentacles of reverse, that could talk about finances. It could talk about loss of stability in another way. It does talk about family, so it could be about the loss of a family member. So if there is anyone going through that, I am very sorry, and I pray for your strength to get through it. And then we also have the Moon card in reverse. So this is echoing the energy from the Four of Swords. You're coming out of, Virgo, a very difficult time. And I feel like with the Moon, there's uncertainty. So you may not have known how something was going to play out or what your life was going to look like after this loss. Like, you were just very also, you could have been taking things very day by day. You weren't even really considering your future or the possibility of having a future. Like, that's how kind of in the dark you were about what you were going through. Just taking it very day by day, going through the motions. If this is about financial loss, it's like you may not be sure how you're going to recover or what the other side of things are going to look like. Like, once, maybe you do have a sense that eventually things will get better, but you don't know what that's going to look like yet. And you don't know if you can trust it, like trust someone or trust something, that something will work out. So let's get into the rest of the reading. But that is the theme. It's like you have doubts. There's a sense of doubt about your future. Okay, so let me get the rest of the cards up here. We got the World card first off. 9 of Wands. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Page of Wands. 6 of Cups. The Lovers in reverse in the center. For the bottom row, we got the 7 of Wands, King of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords, I don't know if it's come out in every reading. I've only done 2 besides yours, but, and then we get the Devil. Okay. So let's get into it. We're starting off with the World, and that's in your challenge position. This is a very positive card. It's about endings and beginnings. There's like no way around that. It's the end of the journey in the major arcana. So something is ended. There's a major change in your life. And it's going to, with the ending, it's going to reset your journey. You're going to start something fresh. So you're back to the Fool card. And I feel like just from the general sense of the cards, it could be a rocky start with cards like the 7 of Swords and the Devil. But we'll look into it. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Someone or something wants to hold you back from this major ending, major change. And I'll look into it. So it's not really a challenge here. It's just letting you know that this is the end of something. 2025 begins something completely different for you. This is a whole new phase of your life. And if you think of your life in phases, or if you were to track your life, like I mentioned seasons before, like you're coming into a new season, you're coming into a new phase, and there's no getting around that. So it's just recognizing that shift. With the 9 of Wands in reverse, that's about vulnerability. I do want to pull another card for it. Why is the 9 of Wands here in reverse? 8 of Swords in reverse. I feel like, Virgo, there's something that doesn't have a hold on you anymore. You were very guarded. I mean, all of these wands and swords and these 2 cards alone surrounding you. They're both reinforcing the same idea of protection, being very guarded, being very closed off, being very stuck to. And this is all part of your winter season. This was what you were going through. And right now you're in that transition from moving away from your past into this whole new reality. So you might feel a sense of relief, a sense of lightness, but again, it's a transition. Like you still could be, you're still in the process of changing. It's not going to happen overnight or suddenly. So you still might have your guard up and you're, in a way, still be very anxious about things, anxious about your future, anxious about what comes next. So it still lingers. Whatever you were going through, it still lingers. It's like being in the middle of March and again, going back to the seasons, there's flowers blooming. You're seeing spring happen around you, but there might still be snow on the ground in some places. Like it's still a little bit of a chill in the air. Like it's still that transition period for you. But you're aware of the changes. You can sense it and feel it. You do have the Six of Cups in reverse. You know, winter is long, winter is harsh. With the Six of Cups, this is in your beliefs. You're not expecting anything good. Unfortunately, Virgo, some of us just might feel like it's part of the moon card. You don't know what to expect. You don't know where to go from here, from this point in your life. You don't know what your future is going to look like. And you might have a very negative outlook because of what your past was, what you already experienced. And so it's like, how can things shift from what it was to something completely different, fresh and new and joyful and full of sunshine with the sun card? Like, how do I get there? Like, I don't see the path. I don't see how something is going to play out for me. So, Virgo, you could be experiencing that. You do have the Seven of Wands here, and this is about how other people see you. Very much on the defensive, and that works with the Nine of Wands. You do have your walls up, your guard up. And I just feel like because of what you've experienced, someone else did get the Seven of Wands, and it's like this person is one against many. Like these wands here, it's not as apparent in this version of it, but in other tarot decks, it's clearly this person is having to defend themselves from 6 other people that are trying to attack them. So you might feel personally attacked. You might take someone's behavior very personal and feel like you have to have your guard up and be defensive. Like you have to take on a lot by yourself. And this is how other people are seeing you. They see how defensive you are. And what about that? 8 of Wands. Yeah, in reverse. This has come out a lot too. You could have cut people off, cut off communication. You're not letting someone in. And just because the King of Swords is right next to it, it could be someone who's an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's like they want to have access to you, but they are cut off. So let's take a look at the center card. We have the Lovers in reverse. I am going to have to pull another card for that, Virgo. So why is The Lovers in reverse here. You could be dealing with a Gemini. There's 2 cards for Gemini, but we got the Four of Wands. 4 of Wands in reverse with the Lovers. So that's about a breakup. If this is a romantic situation, I feel like someone's not keeping you happy with the Lovers reverse by their choices or how they treat you. That's one way I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it a different way in a minute. But it's like, if you don't have happy wife, happy home. So if you're not doing what you need to, or vice versa, someone's unsatisfied in the situation, and it could be affecting your living situation. It's like whatever's happening in this relationship is bleeding out to other areas of your life. So it could be affecting your home, your career. So this could talk about the end of a relationship, a marriage. And that could be part of this shift with the World card. So someone's getting a divorce, someone's breaking up, and that's going to start a whole new journey for you. Also with the Lovers card in reverse, there's no 5 of Cups here. I did see it while I was shuffling before this reading, but I feel like there's a sense of regret around choices, or you're questioning your choices. Like, did I make the best decision for something? And it may turn out that you didn't, with the Four of Wands here in reverse. Also, you could be holding the door open for somebody to come back. And that probably, Virgo, that could be a mistake that you're doing that. Like, hoping that someone will return. That's what I'm getting from the Four of Wands in reverse. It's like you're holding the door open. So maybe there's a fear of missing out on an opportunity. Like, if you go one way, it's like you're cutting yourself off from all these other choices and options. So you, Virgo, you have a big question mark over all of your life right now. We are going to get into the future energy, and then I'll do the mini spreads for health, career, and love. So let's get into the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I'm going to pull a card for that. You got 6 of Swords. So the Wheel of Fortune, this is going back to the 10 of Pentacles. I do think there's something going on with your money. So maybe you placed a bad bet or something. I always think about gambling with the Wheel of Fortune, like a roulette table or something. I don't know. And I don't gamble. But it's like almost there's a bad investment or a bad financial decision. And if not that, it's just maybe you spent a lot of money over the holidays, or there's just a lot of bills creeping up. And so this could be financial, but the Wheel of Fortune, it's like things are not going the way that you want them to go. You don't feel maybe abundant. You don't feel like things are working out in your favor. And so with the 6 of Swords, you might feel like moving on from something or from someone. So take it how it resonates. This could be about a relationship. You feel like there are a few things here for a relationship, so you could want to move on. You got the Page of Wands here. I feel like the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Swords, it's kind of heavy. The energy is heavy. So there is a desire to just kind of free yourself from that and have a little bit of fun. Go out and have a good time. If this is like about love and romance, like you're not really looking for a new connection. If you've just broken up with someone, you're looking to go out on dates, to have someone to hang out with. Keep it very casual, but there's no interest in anything serious. That's what I'm getting with the Page of Wands. You really don't want anything serious in your life right now. It's like you want to keep it fun and flirty and keep it light. And be very active, go dancing, do things. You want to go out and do things, see things. You don't want serious connections, serious conversations about anything. You're not interested in any of that. What about the Devil here? So this is your outcome card, your possible outcome for the month. With the Devil, you could be dealing with a Capricorn. But what is the Devil about? What is the Devil about? Six of Pentacles. I do feel like it's about work. I was getting that before I pulled this card. You are maybe obsessing about money. The Devil can be about materialism, like being very materialistic in the sense that you're focused on what you can buy, what you can do with your money, maybe how to get different sources of income. Like it's very kind of money hungry, I want to say. You're very focused on those things. And with the Six of Pentacles, it's how can I divvy up my resources? It's not penny pinching because that's the Four of Pentacles, but it's like, where can I invest? Where should I put my time and energy? And I feel like my money, like, should I be putting it in savings? In a very practical way, you're thinking about what you can do with your money. Like, should I invest it? Should I save it? Should I buy gold? Should I get crypto? Should I invest in a business? Should I do this? Should I lend money to someone? Probably not. But it's like you very money focused. That's all I'm getting from that. I don't necessarily feel like it's a bad thing, especially if you're coming out of the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. It's like you have to figure out what's going to work for you. So you could be saving, investing, finding other sources of income. Excuse me. But there might be a little bit, you're hyper fixated on it with the Devil card. So it might produce good results because you do have the Six of Pentacles. It's generally considered a positive card. But whenever the Devil's here, it's like there's also a need for balance. So you still have to address the other areas of your life. And going back to the themes of the year, still focus on how are you going to do self-care? How are you going to heal? How are you going to look out for yourself? So that's what I'm getting for you, Virgo. I'm going to pull advice and then we'll do the rest of the spreads. Let's get your Angel Oracle card. So you got, ooh, just no. So maybe let's see what's that in reference to. Benevolent Spirit, what is the no in reference to? And that will be the advice. What is no in reference to for Virgos? 10 of Wands. So this 10 of Wands, it's not a good idea. And I do think the other two readings, I did Leo and Aquarius before you. Their readings for January. I think they each got this too, the 10 of Wands. In different positions. But you're taking on too much. Your plate is very full. If the question was, should I do something else additional to what you're already doing? Virgo, the answer is no. You cannot stretch yourself any more than you have already. And that's not going to get you out of this 10 of Pentacles in reverse. It's not going to fix anything taking on more. And I think there's an urge to do that. Well, if I just spend a few hours each week doing this and this, like you're overdoing it. There's something that you're overdoing. And I can definitely relate to that. So at some point, it's the 10 of Wands, the 10. So you're going to reach a breaking point. I think the message is to avoid that breaking point because you don't know what that's going to look like. It might be a health issue. It might be additional loss, like a loss of a job or something, because you're not paying enough attention to your work, a loss of a relationship. So you cannot take any more than what you're already doing. If anything, you're going to have to edit what's going on in your life and take on less or consolidate in some way. So that's what you would need to do. Like figure out ways, instead of trying to figure out what you could add on, what can be delayed? What do I need to prioritize and get done first? Like you can't take on any more burdens. Virgo, that's your message for the general. Let's go ahead and get into health and career. Okay. I'm just going to put these to the side. Okay. So this will be a little bit quicker. So right away for health is first. We got the Knight of Swords and Ace of Cups in reverse. So the Knight of Swords, it's about, and I always have to do the disclaimer, Virgo, with the health readings. I'm not trying to diagnose anyone. I'm not in a position to do that. I'm not a doctor. This is about things to look out for. And it, depending on the cards, it can apply to mental health, physical, emotional, spiritual, all the different ways we can have health and a certain quality of life. So with the Knight of Swords, I feel you could be rushing to conclusions or jumping to conclusions. You feel like you have the answer to something, but maybe you don't. And how this plays out with your health, It's like your mind is racing. You're letting your thoughts get the best of you. And for one thing, that's anxiety. That's what that is. So that could be something you need to address for your mental health. You're letting your thoughts run away from you, and I think there's a need for some stillness, for some meditation, for a pause. A pause before you speak, a pause before you make any decisions. Like, give it a beat. Don't be in such a rush to make any major decisions or come to any certain conclusions. You might need more information and you might need more time to make those decisions. There's a sense of hurrying, rushing. You could be rushing through your work, rushing through your projects, or just being in a state of anxiety. So that's what I'm getting for health. And with the Ace of Cups in reverse, it's like you're missing out with the Ace in reverse. It's like you're not taking the time to do something. I'm going to be very kind of predictable and say it's like you're not taking the time to smell the roses. And that's a part of your self-care. You're not enjoying anything. It's like you could be rushing through your meals or rushing from point A to point B constantly. It's like kind of hyperactive. And so there's a need to slow down. You're not having fun, Virgo. You're not enjoying yourself. For whatever reason, I'm getting something, maybe you feel like you don't deserve it, you haven't earned it or something, but there's a need for that. Also, something about a whole holistic approach to your health. That might be beneficial to you, to not rely so much on what doctors may say or the medical community. Like maybe a different holistic approach to something if there is something coming up for you. So you might need to address it by meditation, by changes in what you eat, physical activity, like not just take someone's word for it or just take medicine for it. Try to figure out what the root cause of the issue is. So that's what we get for health. We're going to move on because I can babble on. So let's get to work. A couple of cards for work and career. We got King of Wands in reverse. This could talk about an Aries, Leo, or Sag. This could talk about a boss. Five of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like someone's unhappy with either your work ethic or whatever it results are. Or I think also Leo and Aquarius each got Five of Pentacles too. If you're recovering from illness, someone could be unhappy with how much time you have taken off. They could be unhappy with your breaks. Like if you clock out, you're supposed to only take a 10-minute break. I mean, that's the reality of 9-to-5 work. And you take 15, 20 minutes. Like someone's keeping track. And someone is unhappy with your performance or what you're doing with your work. Someone's watching you. So Virgo, you have to be mindful of that. Like, how are you coming across to other people when it comes to work and career? Because someone is unhappy with you. They could be talking ish about you to other people. They could be trying to get you fired. So it's like you have to make some changes there. Another card, please, for this. Oof, the Three of Swords, but that's not the card. That was just there in the deck. I didn't. So Three of Swords, Seven of Swords. It was upright in the deck and the rest were like this. So I just took the Three of Swords out, and then we have the Seven of Swords. I actually pulled this. Someone might think that you're lying about something. Like if you told your boss or someone you work with, someone you have to answer to, that you were sick and you need to take time off because you were sick, or you need to take a break because something is going on with you, that person may not trust you. They might feel like you're lying, that you're trying to take advantage maybe of the company or them. So someone is definitely watching you, keeping track of, it's like they're looking for lies, or they're looking for you to trip up in some way. They're looking for a gotcha moment. So maybe they could fire you or something. So definitely be aware of that. And then with the Three of Swords, just be very careful of this person. Like this is also about, it's about heartbreak, but betrayal. Like someone's kind of out to get you, Virgo. I'm sorry. That's what I'm getting from this. So if you don't have nothing to fall back on financially, and you want to keep whatever this is as your source of income, you're going to have to make changes. And I think it's about perception, how people see you. Or else you could suffer a loss in some way. What's the advice? And then we'll get to love. Justice card. Justice card in reverse. Just a lot of swords. I think you just have to watch your back. And if you are kind of slacking a little bit, don't give people a reason. Don't give them a reason to fire you. Like you have to recalibrate in some way. If you are kind of off the mark, you're not making deadlines, or you're not doing what you're supposed to, it's like you have to get back on track some way. Or be better with your communication about what's going on with you. Because someone, I don't feel like something is very clear. So someone's just coming to their own conclusions about you because something isn't made clear to them. All right, let's get into your love reading, and that will be it, Virgo. And it's a little different for January. So the Queen of Pentacles wanted to come out. I'm going to use the Hidden Truth Oracle card. There's a lot of cards flipping out, so hold on. This won't be the main reading though, so let me just go ahead and get the cards. Okay, let's get your Hidden Truth card. You could be dealing with a Capricorn or another earth sign with the Queen of Pentacles there, Virgo or Taurus. Okay, so for your Hidden Truth card, we have, you speak to me through music. Womp, womp, womp. Okay. I'm always tempted to pull another card because, okay, like, let's see. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Okay, so you're on somebody's mind, Virgo. Okay? So that's what we got for the hidden truth. For your energy here on the left, we have the Star card in reverse. For the other person, we have Queen of Cups. So you could be dealing with a water sign. Pisces, Scorpio, and why am I blanking on the third one? Cancer. For the energy between the two of you and this connection, we have King of Pentacles. Okay. So now we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles. So one is reversed, the King is. Something is not working out here. This could be a third party situation because there are 3 court cards here. And I feel like with the Star card in reverse, Virgo, I just get a sense of unhappiness. Like whatever this connection is, you're unhappy with it. It's not what you want. The Star is about a wish fulfilled. And you have maybe lost hope in a situation about something working out. But it's weird because on the other side, the person is the Queen of Cups. That's their energy. It doesn't have to be feminine, but it's like someone is very willing to give you love and kind of adore you, Virgo. But regardless of this person's intentions, you're still unhappy. And like I said, with the King of Pentacles, with the Queen of Pentacles, with one of them being in reverse, it's like there is a match here. It's the same suit, but it's like the King of Pentacles is not capable to match the Queen of Pentacles in some way. Could be financially, with Pentacles being the main thing here. Or someone isn't really trustworthy in some way. Let's get the rest of the cards. Virgo, you have the King of Cups. Okay. Very spicy because there's a lot of court cards. And then on the other side, 9 of Swords in reverse. So eventually, whoever this Queen of Cups, whoever that represents, they're going to give up on this connection. Because it's like they're not being met halfway. There's not a mutual investment from both parties to make this connection work. And the whole part about staying awake, thinking about you, what is this? And the 9 of Swords, what is that? That's someone who can't sleep. And I feel like someone being tortured by their thoughts. Like, it's not positive. This is not someone that's staying awake thinking about... It's like they're tortured by their thoughts. It's not comforting, whatever it is they're thinking about. And this wanted to pop out. This is 8 of Pentacles. So it could be about finances. It could be about work. Why there's like a rift between the two people here. So Virgo, there was a lot about finances in your general. So this could apply in some way to the love reading for you. It's like that's what's driving the two of you apart. I do feel like because it's the King and Queen, this is someone you're already in a relationship with. But we also have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Virgo, you could be focused on someone else. outside of this connection. There's other people at play, and when there's a whole lot of different people in the mix, I don't even really want to read it because I don't want to get invested in the drama, honestly. Like, I don't want to be bothered with this, but I will say there's some outside forces, someone external to the situation that could be factoring in to you and somebody else. But there's also this financial aspect to it. So take it how it applies. I don't know if I mentioned it in this reading yet, but I will be doing the live streams where people can stop in and get personal readings for $5. So if you have very specific questions about this or anything else, that's where you can get answers from me about it. And the instructions for that will be in the comment section of all of the videos I do for the signs, for the monthlies. So Virgo, that's it. That's your January reading, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you, and take care.